In today's video, we're going to take a look at Michael Jackson's friendships that he had with other celebrities. Before we start, you should consider subscribing and click on the notification bell if you wouldn't like to miss out any new content. Let's get into it. Macaulay Culkin, the former child actor, starred in Jackson's music video for Black or White and became close friends with him. Despite their 22-year age gap, Home Alone star Macaulay Culkin was once good friends with the pop icon. The 38-year-old explained he knew Jackson as a friend and they related to each other. While the pop icon related to him finding such success and fame at a young age, he also appreciated Culkin's ability to treat him like a normal person. Culkin also said that he and Jackson used to prank call people. Jackson's peerless control over his voice meant that he could easily adopt accents and tones fit for pranks. The last time Macaulay saw him was in the men's room at the Santa Barbara County Superior Courthouse in 2005. Mac was 24. Michael was 46. This friendship started when Taylor walked out of one of Jackson's concerts in the 80s, which he later called her in tears over. After she explained to him that she only left because she couldn't hear or see the performance, a bond was formed. Despite being 27 years apart in age, they were friends through many media spectacles, and including extravagant weddings. Namely, they both came from show business families and began careers at very young ages. Jackson was only 5 years old when he fronted the Jackson 5, and the spotlight found Taylor at age 12 with her role in the film, National Velvet. On top of it all, they shared a love for animals and an inherent shyness. So Taylor said she felt they could talk to each other on so many different levels. He often attended her AIDS charity events, and they hit red carpets together. They even lived nearby in Bel Air and Beverly Hills. As previously stated, the friendship between Michael Jackson and Elizabeth Taylor, as close as it was, had its moments of drama. One of the bigger rifts to occur between them came when Jackson married Lisa Marie Presley in August of 1994. Despite the many ups and downs that Michael Jackson and Elizabeth Taylor experienced in their friendship, they nevertheless had a deep love for one another that few could really understand. Actor and comedian Chris Tucker was another of Jackson's famous friends. It was after seeing Chris Tucker performed in Rush Hour 2 that Michael Jackson reached out to Chris to ask him to be a part of his music video, and then after that, the two entertainers met for the first time on the set of the music video to the hit single You Rock My World. Thanks to Tucker's sense of humor and ability to keep Jackson laughing, the two became fast friends, and Tucker became a frequent sight at Neverland and even took the stage with Jackson at the Michael Jackson 30th anniversary celebration. Michael, who is notorious for giving unique nicknames to the people he loves as he becomes close to them, gave Chris the name Christmas. Because Michael said Christmas is such a beautiful thing, with the trees, lights, fireplace, presents, etc. Michael compared Christ to Christmas the way he make people happy. Michael always enjoyed Chris' company, phone calls, friendship, and sense of humor. Chris was one of the few people who could literally get Michael to fall to the floor laughing until tears fall from his eyes. They had a very strong connection, and they were seen at multiple events together. One of Michael's most famous friendship was with Princess Diana. Princess Diana was a big fan of Michael's, and she enjoyed listening to his biggest hits, such as Bad and Thriller. They have met for the first time when Michael was performing at the Wembley Stadium in London. On that same day, while backstage, Jackson gave Princess Diana and Prince Charles a $177,000 check for the Prince's Trust organization, the money for which came from his Wembley concerts. Michael deliberately removed the song Dirty Diana from his 1988 Bad concert set list out of respect for the princess. He added that they felt a special bond because of their shared experience of fame. Both of them at the time were wildly popular with their fans, but also experienced great scrutiny by the press with every move they made. The pair shared a mutual distrust of the growing media presence in their lives, especially the paparazzi, who relentlessly chronicled their every public moment. Before, during, and after her marriage to Prince Charles, Diana was the most photographed person in the world. Though they would only meet in person once during their lifetimes, their friendship endured until Diana's death on August 31, 1997, according to Jackson. Prince and Michael Jackson were pretty different musically. Nevertheless, the two icons were constantly compared. Their larger-than-life personas dominated the 1980s, from Jackson's famous sequin glove and flawless moonwalk to Prince's signature falsetto, impeccable guitar skills, and killer high heels. The two of them didn't have the same relationship as the others listed here. There were rivalry between the two of them, and they were often compared to each other. In 1986, then, Prince and Michael Jackson were at the top of their respective games, the musical equivalents of Magic and Bird. Both were coming off massive, record-breaking albums in Thriller and Purple Rain. Both had built up legendary mystiques by rarely granting interviews and cultivating eccentric, constantly shifting images. Both kept their audiences guessing. No other 80s stars evoked the same level of fascination from the public as the two of them. Frank Sinatra and Michael Jackson made very different music, but both of them were respected artists in the industry. According to the book Inge, the genius of Michael Jackson, Tom Bahler, wrote a ballad song called She's Out of My Life. Bahler based the song's lyrics on a relationship he had after his divorce. Bahler was initially going to give the song to Sinatra, one of the most acclaimed balladeers of all time. Subsequently, Quincy Jones persuaded Bahler to give the song to Jackson for his first masterpiece album, Off the Wall. Frank Sinatra said this about Michael, quote, "The only male singer who I've seen besides myself and who's better than me. That is Michael Jackson." They were supposed to make a demo song together, but later on this plan was canceled. At the height of his career, Tyson was one of the most famous and controversial sports people on the planet. The boxer's friendship with global superstar Michael Jackson got off to a rocky start, with Tyson admitting he hated his guts in a grudge that lasted for years. Speaking during his appearance on rapper T.I.'s Expeditiously podcast, the former undisputed world heavyweight champion and legendary boxer said there was a point where he used to hate Jackson because he thought the singer had dissed him backstage during one of his concerts in the 1980s. The boxer said he had just become the heavyweight champion of the world, reported TMZ, and was well on his way to achieving superstardom, but that Jackson treated him like he was a nobody, much to his annoyance. He said in an interview he harbored animosity towards Jackson for the longest time after that meeting. But all that changed when one of the singer's friends approached him and told him that he wanted to hang out with the boxer. The two of them met several times and became respectful to each other. Michael even invited him to hang out with him a few times.